Lil Nas X now holds the #1 most streamed song released in each of the last 2 decades. That's the 2010s and this decade that we're currently in now, the 2020s. So Lil Nas X actually stole the last decades of shit. And I don't mean like it didn't belong to him. I mean, we had 9 whole years worth of shit that could have been entered into the streaming realm.
Facts.
This nigga came in 2019 and earned himself the highest and most streamed record of the entire decade. Now, of course, it's warranted. It was Old Town Road, and we know that shit went week for 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 week.
Facts. And then everybody had a remix on 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 remix.
No cap.
Like shit.
That nigga Lil Mason got on that shit.
Lil fucking Mason.
Lil Mason. Mason Ramsey.
Come on, what are we doing?
He killed that hoe.
Man.
And I got my horses in.
No, nigga. Thug killed that up.
That nigga was yodeling on that shit.
Yes.
You saw
in Walmart.
You said Thug was better than Mason Ramsey?
Yes.
You cap.
Thug wasn't cap. Thug wasn't better than Mason? Cap. You got Thug fucked up, bro. Cap. Come on, bro. For real.
Thug did a great job. Not better than that boy Mason.
What about Billy Ray? Cap. Okay. I'm done.
Mason did better than Lil Nas X.
Okay. Cap. yeah, my turn now. Nigga.
Nah, you right.
You tripping.
Why was I even talking about Mason?
Old Town Road.
There we go.
Yep.
But yes, like we just said, for the entire 2010s, Lil Nas X came in 2019 and he locked that up for the entire decade. The #1 most streamed song of that decade.
It's crazy.
Let's move on to this decade, the 2020s. That Industry Baby track with him and Jack Harlow. Yeah. It is now currently the #1 most streamed song released in this entire decade. Now, we're only 3 years into the decade. I do think by 2029, there will be a higher streamed song.
Yeah.
Because this is not Old Town Road.
Facts, I agree.
But this is still huge. This is a wow for Lil Nas X. And take your hat off, like clap your hands, a round of applause to that nigga. You know what I'm saying?
For sure, for sure.
Give it up for that nigga.
You know what I'm saying? For sure. But I don't really like Industry Baby that much. I'm not gonna lie to you. From what I remember, I don't play that song much, but is it really that good? Or is this just another one
really
of those?
Big. They said this one is for the champions.
Okay.
I ain't lost since I began.
Yeah. I've heard it. But is this another one of those? You said this when Old Town Road came out. I want to bring this back up.
Oh, you think he's faking the streams?
I mean, you just called him an industry plant. So is this still just another formulation of that leading off the 2019 spurt or whatever the fuck we want to call it?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it not?
Yes.
That's
Everything
what I'm saying.
And what was that? Montero?
That song. But he dropped that EP too. Remember the 7 or whatever?
No, but I'm talking about like supporting my hypothesis that he's an industry plant. When you have Old Town Road that came in the 9th year of the decade and took every record from the decade and every record in Billboard history. Mm-hmm. It took Despacito's fucking records. Yep. Then you move on to Montero and the controversy from that, the imagery inside of that. Yep. And then you move on to Industry Baby being the highest streamed of the decade. Yes, he is an industry plant, guys.
Yeah, always been.
But y'all are gonna have to wait for us to give up the exclusive content, shit like that, for me to go into the full depths on how him being an industry plant actually makes sense and works, and it is actually like recognizable. But I'm not getting into that here because I fuck around and get canceled for explaining Lil Nas X for everyone.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to ask, and because that was like 4 or 5 years ago now. At this point, we said I just wanted to see if you still felt the same way because the nigga doesn't drop anything. He hasn't dropped since 21.
But every record that he does drop every single that he drops seems to be a Billboard smash.
Right, exactly.
A smash. The nigga fucked Satan.
Okay.
Smash hit.
Yeah.
Got me when you wonder. After a certain like number of weeks, I was like, damn, that shit sound good, nigga. I'm like, holy shit. Call me by your name. I was like, oh, fuck.
Nah, bro, that EP that he dropped was hard.
7?
7 was hard.
Yes. I think that was when he had first came out.
Yeah, that was like right after the success of Old Town Road.
That tape was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I need another tape like that from him, but unfortunately, you're not getting another tape like that.
Nah, we'll probably never get another tape.
For Lil Nas X? No, you get another tape from Lil Nas
That's
X.
why I say nigga don't drop music.
When's the last tape that he dropped? 2021?
Montero.
You getting a tape this year.
Okay.
And that Montero, that Industry Baby was on Montero.
Yeah.
He's been smoking that long. He's an industry plant.
Just to sum it all up.
The thing about it is like, we couldn't have used Corday. I would have been just fine with Corday being an industry plant, man.
Me too. If it would have meant success.
Oh my god! Like